A feasting and feeding day of frivolity to you, my friends. I'm Pastor Steve Lien, and this is an encore Daily Hope. Just because a friend and member of Victory passed on a fabulously funny story about a prodigal son. It's called The Prodigal Son Parable in the key of F. And it's another tongue twister like the one I shared a few months ago called Prinderella and the Sins. If you pay close attention to what follows, you will hear the foundational truth that God is a God of love who is always running toward us, his wayward and prodigal children. Here goes. Feeling footloose and frisky, a feather-brained fellow forced his fond father to fork over the family finances. He flew far to foreign fields and frittered his fortune, feasting fabulously with faithless friends. Finally, facing famine and fleeced by his fellows in folly, he found himself a fee-flinger in a filthy farmyard. Fairly famished, he fain would have filled his frame with the foraged fragments left by the filthy farmyard creatures. "Phooey, my father's flunkies fare far finer," the frazzled fugitive said, frankly facing facts. Frustrated by failure and filled with foreboding, he forthwith fled to his family. Falling at his father's feet, he floundered forlornly. "Father, I flunked and fruitlessly forfeited family favor." But the faithful father, forestalling further flinching, frantically flagged the flunkies. "Fetch forth the finest fatling and fix a feast." But the fugitive's fault-finding frater frowned on the fickle forgiveness of the former falderal. His fury flashed, his fussing was futile. For the far-sighted father figured such filial fidelity is fine, but what forbids fervent festivity? The fugitive is found. Unfurl the flags with fanfares flaring. Let fun and frolic freely flow. Former failures forgotten, folly is forsaken, and forgiveness forms the foundation for future fortitude. Did you hear that last line? Forgiveness forms the foundation. Indeed, my friends. If ever there were truer words in the Bible, I have yet to find them. God's eager forgiveness for all our sins. Listen to these words from Luke 15. When the wayward and prodigal son was still a long way off, his father saw him, his heart pounding. He ran out, embraced him, and kissed him. Can't you picture the father scanning the horizon, watching down the long road for the familiar silhouette of his oldest son, hoping, praying that the day would come when he would be drawn once again to the warmth of the Father's embrace? Many of us have known that long-suffering hope, and many of us have been, and sometimes still are, that prodigal child. May we this day, once again, in a new way, know that we are loved, and we are never alone.